The All-Merseyside Cup final from Wembley between Everton and Liverpool. Liverpool's Kenny Dalglish leads his team onto the field, striving to become the first player-manager in history to win the FA Cup and complete the League and Cup double at the same time. Leading Everton, manager Howard Kendall, aiming to erase the memory of losing the championship by taking the cup and denying their neighbours that elusive double. The devotion of both club supporters was so apparent. Red and blue colours shrouded Wembley. In splendid example, they mixed and mingled. Two illustrious teams, but one great city. Not everyone had a ticket for the match, but they all wanted to see it. What an occasion it was, described by your match commentator, John Motson.
Derek Mountfield's presence after that injury scare makes him one of 6 players in this Everton side taking part in their 3rd successive FA Cup final. He's also one of only 2 Merseyside-born players starting the match. Number 6, Peter Reid, the other one. But that's the team that Howard Kendall wanted to announce. Bobby Mims obviously continues in goal for the injured Neville Southall. Now, Liverpool, by contrast, have absolutely no FA Cup final experience among their 12, and they're setting some sort of cup final record by fielding a side without a single Englishman who can actually play for his country. Mark Lawrenson was born in Preston, but he's a Republic of Ireland international, and Gary Gillespie's stomach upset means that Lawrenson definitely plays alongside Hansen at the back, in the middle of the back 4, despite the number 2. Nicol, the number 4, plays right back. Midfield, Molby and Kevin MacDonald, who didn't know he was in the side until they got to the stadium. The referee is Alan Robinson of Waterlooville in Hampshire. It's his last season, but it's his 7th time on duty here at Wembley. His 2 linesmen are Alan Gunn of Burgess Hill, the senior linesman, and Bob Hart of Darlington. And the Everton captain, Kevin Ratcliffe, scorer of a goal when these sides last met at Anfield, when Everton won 2-0 at the end of February, and that was the last match that Liverpool lost. And the recent record of these 2 sides going into the match makes quite staggering reading. Everton beaten only twice in 29 League and Cup matches. Liverpool have gone 17 games unbeaten. They've had 9 straight wins and only let in 1 goal in their last 10 major games. So Everton in blue get us started, playing from right to left. Steve Nicol for Liverpool. Johnston chasing against Ratcliffe. Comes back to Sheedy. It was Lawrenson, and there's an offside flag up already. Whelan, Dalglish, Vanden Hauwe, Sheedy. They're looking for Lineker, and Grobbelaar, unorthodox. How effective is it? It's gone straight to Trevor Steven. To Gary Stevens now. Sharp! And they thought that they should have had a penalty. Alan Robinson did not.
It'll be worth a look at that again, I can tell you. He's blowing his whistle, the ref. I don't know what he doesn't like. It gives us a chance just to have a look at that. Just coming in from the edge of frame there. He seemed very upset about it, Sharp, as if there was no doubt in his mind that he was held.
He felt he was impeded. All stemmed from Grobbelaar coming a good 20 yards to kick clear that. Bracewell. And now the sort of ball that Lineker likes. He's got Lawrenson up against him. Sharp and Steven are waiting, and Nicol clears for the corner. Stevens, Sharp and Vanden Hauwe all waiting. Up goes Stevens. Liverpool defending that near post very carefully. It's interesting that when Alan Robinson refereed the Milk Cup final here between the two teams 2 years ago, he turned down appeals for an Everton penalty when Alan Hansen was alleged to have handled on the line. Well, today he's turned down Everton appeals in different circumstances, but they weren't happy again today. Here's Dalglish. Johnston. Rush. So a heading opportunity at either end for the number 9s, Jimmy.
Yes, and I think both would have gone on more confidently if they were aware, you know, that the ball wasn't going to blow with the wind. He was underneath that. It came in very fast. There it is. Made a good attempt to get above and get the ball down, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really a chance because the ball was too high to be headed in the net.
Here's Nicol. Oh, and McDonald a bit short. Lawrenson had to cover. This is Mulvey to Dalglish. Now Reid. Lineker off through the centre again. This is promising. Lineker for Everton. Saved by Grobbelaar. Lineker. 1-0 to Everton. And who else but Gary Lineker? His 40th goal of the season for Everton. The footballer of the year. Peter Reid's through ball absolutely measured. It puts Lineker clear of Hansen. Grobbelaar made the first save, and Lineker followed up and put Everton into the lead after 28 minutes of the All-Merseyside FA Cup final. Johnston for Liverpool. Well, Liverpool will hate the size of Lineker. He scored against them in both the league matches this season, and now he does it in the FA Cup final. Following up, Grobbelaar almost saved the second one, but not quite. Well, Bob Paisley said to me on Thursday night at the Liverpool Hotel, talking about key areas, he said, Peter Reid has got so much cunning and know-how. He's the kind of man you fear for providing that sort of pass. And he also said that the man to latch on to that kind of ball is obviously the footballer of the year, Gary Lineker. He read it right, but Liverpool are 1 down. Johnston, and here's Dalglish. Tackled by Ratcliffe, and away by Stevens. So we're not going to have a goalless draw as we had in the Milk Cup final here between the two teams. Beglin. Mulvey. Nicol. Whelan. Nicol. And taken out wisely by Mountfield. Half an hour gone. Dalglish. And Lawrenson coming in here. And McDonald. What about the goal, Jimmy?
Well, it was a beautiful move, and you've described it equally well. There's no doubt about he had the pace to leave Hansen struggling, and the ball held up there for a minute. Grobbelaar will be disappointed that he didn't hold on to that first shot. Similar to that one he gave away at Spurs, I think, earlier on when we were on live. Sometimes as a keeper, they'll tell you, you'll get your hand to the ball and it'll roll safely, and another time like that, it'll go to just the spot to enable the forward to complete the chance. That should the way your luck runs, but there was no luck about the through ball, nor the way in which Lineker got onto the end of it.
Bracewell. Hansen. Molby, nicely done. MacDonald. They're trying to stay onside here, Liverpool. Whelan is wide. Here's Dalglish. Little back heel. Gary Stevens. Sensible. This is Whelan for Liverpool. Now it's MacDonald. And Rush. Blocked by Ratcliffe. One Welshman denying the other. Lineker. Reed. Now Sheedy just offside.
Well, this is the shot, well blocked by Ratcliffe, showing what a splendid defender he really is. He read it all the way, got his leg in the way when the final shot came, no danger.
Dalglish to MacDonald, and there goes Johnston, and Bobby Mims did well. Well, Neville Southall would have been happy to make a save like that, because Mims came quickly and decisively to foil Johnston. Well, everything's gone right for Gary Lineker this season. And Peter Reid, another England World Cup prospect, being led off there with Howard Kendall, produced this pass, which I think, Jimmy, will go down as one of the finest balls played of its kind in a Wembley Cup final in recent years.
It was perfect. In fact, it made it difficult to finish there, you see, and there wasn't a lot of power in that shot, which gave Grobbelaar the chance to get to it, but he did just push it off in a perfect position for the forward to pick up, and Lineker, he doesn't need a second invitation to do that, does he?
So, at half-time in the all-Merseyside FA Cup final, well, whether they're magic or not, they're certainly very happy.
Giggs, great run here by Ryan Giggs. Oh, what a goal! Muren, the goal is open, and Muren finds it. Beckham, first blood to Manchester United.
Inside him in a good position, Koppel. That was a little classic. Now Moran.
Stapleton, the pressure finally paying off. Stapleton with the killer touch. Manchester United are level in search of the ultimate comeback.
I told you, I'm the real champion. I told you, I'm the champion of the world.
Mohamed Ali has won by a knockdown.
A lovely points from Eubank, and thankfully a spectacular performance.
Steve Collins of Dublin, world ranked middleweight.
In desperate trouble, and Iron Mike is champion all over again.
The past is gone. The future is here. And it's 10 times faster. Today, technology enables us to do more, see more, be more. All at 10 times the speed of before. This is Air Gigabit Fibre Broadband. This is your own line, straight to your home. This is faster, stronger, more reliable broadband. This is the future, at 10 times the speed of life. This is the end of ordinary. This is here. Air, let's make possible.
And for all for Sergio. Bubba Watson is wearing a green jacket, and this time his name is Bubba. There it is, as grand as it gets. What a way to cap it off. Perfect speed, perfect line. Tiger has his slam. I think it's the greatest feat I've ever known in all sports.
Staunton and Townsend together. For Staunton, it's there!
Stapleton, and tidied up by Hester,
And it's there! Stapleton's in for the goal! And he's equal the record!
and Houghton. Looking for Quinn.
2-0! 2 goals in a minute. And the course of the game irrevocably changed.
Liverpool then have it to do in the second half. Funny how down the years the FA Cup has seemed to be the competition that Liverpool find it hardest to win. That was Reed. Nicol. Stevens. Reed. Turned in by Bracewell. Picked up again by Stephen. This is Stevens. And Nicol had to clear. Sharp was coming in. There was a nice touch back by Lineker in the middle of that move as well. He's not just a goal scorer. Reed. Van den Hauwe now in attack. But Beglin. Liverpool not sure of themselves. And Sheedy. Well, it was confusion in front of him, there's no doubt about that. Kevin Sheedy, who we normally see striking the ball so well with his left foot, curled one agonisingly away from the post with his right.
And the opportunity presented by a Liverpool defence doing something that I think would make Bob Paisley's remaining hair stand on end. It's seldom you see Liverpool as unprofessional as that in their own penalty area, just playing around with the ball and asking for trouble.
The man who nearly punished them, a former Liverpool player himself. Bob Paisley actually was manager when Sheedy went from Liverpool to Everton. So the score remains 1-0 and Derek Mountfield has jogged forward for this free kick. Appeals for handball. It's been given against Craig Johnston. Sheedy, perhaps with the left foot this time. It was. Good save. Van den Hauwe is up again. Lofted back in again by Sheedy. And that's awkward for Grobbelaar, and it was half cleared by Mark Lawrenson. Derek Mountfield will retrieve. Bracewell. Sharp is still there. And he's still there. And Grobbelaar seems to be at 6s and 7s with Beglin, as you might gather from that. unrest in the camp.
He's rattled all right, and he's got to calm down, and so have Liverpool. The game's still within their grasp, but they won't get back into it unless they keep their heads rather more coolly than Grobbelaar is at the moment.
Seems unfair to single out Grobbelaar's errors, but he did make one in the Merseyside derby at Anfield when Everton won 2-0, and he also had the misfortune to score an inadvertent own goal against them here in a Charity Shield match, although it was more of a fortuitous goal. Couldn't do much about it on the day. Whelan. Brandon Howe, play on again. Lineker through the centre. Hansen trying to cover, and this time he does. Not quite sure what Lineker's doing to his potential transfer value here. There have been stories in the paper about Barcelona. Forward by Beglin. Here's Whelan. Mulby. And here's Rush, onside. Ian Rush, goal. The referee was knocked over in the excitement, but Ian Rush has equalised for Liverpool. 57 minutes, and Jan Mulby put a little ball through here. They beat the offside trap. Rush went round Bobby Mims, and it was over the line without Johnson having to follow in. He took the keeper beautifully and finished with a lot of style.
They're saying if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, and Jan Mulby kept his head for that through ball there. It was perfectly placed for that, the run of the two players.
So, 1-1. And reminders too here that Liverpool have never lost a match in which Ian Rush has scored. More of that in a moment. This is Dalglish. Out to his right is Johnston. Rush has an extraordinary record. Before today, he had scored for Liverpool in 120 matches, of which they'd won 101 and drawn 19. Mulby, who supplied the pass. Steve Nicol in support. Here's Gary Stevens. And Hansen, uncertain, and the header by Sharp. And a fine save by Grobbelaar. He got his captain out of jail there. Alan Hansen with a most uncharacteristic error in trying to ward off Lineker. He beat his own goalkeeper and gave Sharp a heading chance. But look at Grobbelaar's athletic recovery. Corner to Everton. Sharp in with the goalkeeper this time. Offside. Here's Rush. Dalglish is up, so is Mulby here. Dalglish, no, Johnston, yes! 2-1 to Liverpool. Craig Johnston. What a turnaround. The 63rd minute, and Mulby makes another. Dalglish couldn't get to it, Johnston could. Rush inside to Mulby. Took on Gary Stevens, chipped the ball inside. Craig Johnston puts Liverpool in front. And we've had 2 goals in 6 minutes. And Everton's lead is wiped out. Now Liverpool are in front. Just the sort of cup final the neutral might have wanted. And the double is suddenly more than just a dream. For Howard Kendall, it must seem like a nightmare the last 7 minutes. Ian Rush. Well, what more can you say about Liverpool's powers of recovery? And the man who I believe may have turned this match, and we'll hear from Jimmy Hill in a moment, is Jan Molby, because he's had a hand in both the goals and is suddenly, Jimmy, the most influential player on the field.
Yes, there aren't many goals needed to win a match at Wembley, and when you've had a hand in both of them, I suppose you're feeling pretty satisfied. And of course the confidence you can see oozing there with that little flick now.
Liverpool have won the championship. They lead by 2-1 in the FA Cup final. Never surely since Arsenal managed it in 1971 has the league and FA Cup double looked to be more of a possibility than this. There again, Liverpool have come back once, and Everton themselves are known as a side who can score goals deep into the game, so those flags may be waved prematurely. We shall see. And for all Grobbelaar's uncertainties early in the half, the save from Sharp now begins to look very important. Vanden Hauwe for Everton. Free kick to Everton. Against the man whose goal has put Liverpool into pole position here. Sharp, Sheedy, McDonald. Rush to Dalglish. It's going to open up again here unless Everton are careful, but he's looking left and there's nobody there for Liverpool. So he went alone, Dalglish. What a terrific run. It came to Molby. Well, it was Molby's shot, but I tell you what, at 35, Kenny Dalglish still able to make an individual run like that. He would have passed the ball to his left earlier, I think, if somebody had been there, Jimmy.
Yes, could be. Rush was trying to find space, but he couldn't see the angle to get through, so he thought, well, I better keep going with it, and he did very well indeed.
Just look at the determination, the control, the poise, and the brain working all the time. Oh, and a bit of casual play by Lawrenson, which he had the range to make up for. Johnston, running from midfield was McDonald there. Now here comes the substitution. And the player going off is Gary Stevens, the right back. And the man coming on, Adrian Heath, who came on as a sub against Tottenham in the 5th round and scored. Again at Luton in the 6th round and scored. The final has 18 minutes of normal time to run. Can he do it again for Everton? Stevens, who has had a spot of knee trouble this season, but they've moved Vanden Hauwe across to the right, Everton. Vanden Hauwe has moved from left back onto our side of the field.
And Brace was the one, I think, who's been asked to go back in that position on the left-hand side of the field.
Molby, Dalglish.
I didn't see any injury with Gary Stevens, did you?
No, although I do know he has been nursing a knee injury that Everton haven't wanted to make too much of. But having said that, I mean, I suppose bringing on a striker at this stage is quite logical anyway.
Logical but dangerous.
Oh, Ronnie Whelan. Rush to his left, nobody else there. Rush. Dalglish. Mulby. And still Jan Mulby. He's through. Oh, good block, Bobby Mims. That must have kept Everton in the final, that save. Just how important it proves, only the next few minutes will tell us. Mims from Mulby. Sheedy. Steve Nicol. Johnston. Nicol continues a forward run here. Dalglish. Lost out. Offside, Gary Lineker. Well, just a moment ago, Jan Mulby nearly completed what would have been a high-class personal performance to earn him man of the match. He'd made 2 goals, and he threatened to score the 3rd himself, but Bobby Mims, who's acquitted himself extremely well again, 22-year-old playing at Wembley for the first time, made a fine stop. Howard Kendall's team have about 7 minutes to force extra time. And here's Sheedy. Chipped in towards Lineker. Jim Beglin with the header. This is Whelan. That's Johnston. This is Rush. Mulby again. Oh, I say, his vision there was lovely. Whelan. And Rush is on the far side. Is this 3? It is! Ian Rush again. And surely now, the double is about to be won. 6 minutes from the end. Mims deflated. Liverpool delighted. And Ronnie Whelan involved in the move. There were possibilities either way here. Dalglish was free the other side, but Rush, with that unerring finish, has scored his 2nd of the match and made it 3-1 to Liverpool. They had a man over throughout that attack. It was a matter of how they would make it tell. And in the end, they did, through Rush. Goal kick. Nothing's going Everton's way now. And the men in the white coats tell the story on the scoreboard. And what they're really saying is that Liverpool Football Club now seems certain to follow in the wake of Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal as the only clubs to win the First Division Championship and the FA Cup in the same season this century. Mulby, Dalglish, Mulby, play on, and is Rush going to score a hat-trick? He's through again. Oh, he was just a bit too casual. That could have been the first FA Cup final hat-trick, I think, since Stan Mortensen in '53. Bracewell has found Lineker offside.
Just thinking, as the game has gone on, Ian Rush and Liverpool have become stronger in their running power, and Gary Lineker and Everton really have faded in that striking force up front.
Isn't that just Liverpool down the years, though, Jimmy? Stronger in the championship race, too, on the final straight. And Liverpool Football Club, under their player-manager, Kenny Dalglish, have become only the 3rd team this century to win the First Division Championship and the FA Cup, the marvellous double in the same season. A wonderful achievement, born out of a superb and so typical second-half recovery by Liverpool today. The facts are those. 1 down until 57 minutes had gone. But then the reply. And what can you say now about this tremendous club? 31 prizes in 23 seasons. But now, following Tottenham in 1961 and Arsenal in 1971, they are the first northern club to win the double since Preston North End in 1889. And they add another to the long list of monumental achievements that they've struck up since the late Bill Shankly got hold of this club in the early 60s. Look at that shot. That's the best picture of the afternoon. The continuity, which is the byword at Anfield, has been proven again. There were those who had doubts when they gave Kenny Dalglish the job last summer. My goodness me, how they've proved the doubters wrong. They've had tremendous moments in Europe. They've had success here in the League Cup. They've won 16 championships, 8 in 11 years, but never before have they won the League and Cup double, and now the moment is here. What a consolation for Alan Hansen in the week he was left out of the Scotland World Cup party. These cheers, sweet music to his ears, and to those of Liverpudlians everywhere. Liverpool have won the double. And the two Scots, Hansen and Dalglish, who played against each other years ago up north of the border, well, they've had a terrific time since they came south with this club. Hansen, who came just before the cup final in '77, Dalglish, who came that same summer as a replacement for Kevin Keegan, Craig Johnston, the goal scorer. Celebrations all round. Steve McMahon, the sub there, didn't get a sniff of the action, but Ian Rush certainly did. 2 goals, it might have been 3. Kevin McDonald didn't know he was playing until lunchtime, and Jan Molby, who, well, it'll be interesting to see what the experts say. I thought he was possibly more influential than anybody else in the way this match turned upside down. Everton then, winners 2 years ago, go up as losers for the 2nd consecutive year. Typical out of the Liverpool spirit. Sammy Lee there, not even in the 12. And a wonderful chant too from the Liverpool terrace of Merseyside, because that's what this occasion has been about. And to that degree, Everton have more than played their part. Well, the Merseysiders, quite rightly, are taunting the Mancunians, because this is something that Manchester United and company have not achieved. The League and Cup double in Kenny Dalglish's first season as the player-manager. No wonder they salute him now.